What's up guys, Renasant here, welcome back to the channel. So you may be wondering what's going on. Well, I have a lot of souls, I have this big giant club, different armor, I look very pale. So a couple things guys. So I know in the last episode where I left off, I was kind of indecisive about where I wanted to go. Truth is, there's actually quite a lot of different routes we can take from this point in the game. And I think I have decided on which way I want to do the order of these things. So, also you may note I have a lot of souls. I have 350,000 souls. I actually also had a lot more than that, but I leveled up a bunch. Primarily endurance and strength, as you can see, 30 and 35. And the reason I did that was simply to be able to wield different weapons going forward and wear different armors and whatnot. Because I don't want to do the same, I don't want to wear the same armor and use the same weapon the entire playthrough. For those of you who watch my Dark Souls 3 series, I tried to kind of do that, but I kind of strayed away from it. And plus, it's kind of hard to do that in the early to mid game. It's really not viable until the late game because you can only upgrade just a handful of weapons. But in Dark Souls 1, luckily, or Dark Souls Remastered, that's not the case. You can actually do that with quite a lot of different things. So, right now we're using the Great Club +6, and we're wearing the Hollow Warrior Helm, the Balder Armor, the Hard Leather Gauntlets, and the Black Leather Boots. Also, again, you may notice we have still a lot of souls, 350,000 souls. The reason for that is because we are actually going to finally get around to upgrading our pyromancy flame. And so, believe it or not, and there's a couple caveats to this, but to get a maximum leveled pyromancy flame in this game, you need about 350,000 souls. It might be a little bit less, it might be about 340. I think I googled it just to make sure. But and Laurentius is not the person that will max our flame out. However, he will get it to where we need it to be. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
So this is a crucial point in the game. So you see we have the Great Chaos Fireball Pyromancy. That is the pyromancy that Laurentius is referring to in this scenario of what a spectacular pyromancy. We only have one option here, but if we decide not to tell him about the pyromancy, that's fine. Laurentius will chill here for a while. If we tell him, however, well, you'll see in the future, but we are going to tell him where we got this pyromancy from, actually.
Why, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyromancer. I shall locate her myself. I'm in your debt once again.
So you notice he said, I shall locate her myself. He's actually not referring to the Daughter of Chaos that we got this pyromancy from, and I'll explain a little bit later, but for now, we do want to actually go ahead and purchase all his pyromancies. And now we want to level our pyromancy flame up. So we're going to just keep ascending it here. Unlike Dark Souls 3, it requires no Titanite, it just requires souls. So we're going to get that bad boy all the way up to the maximum level here of 15.
Goodbye then. Come back if you find anything new. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an
Okay.
My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog. In this land, pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Izalith, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end. A pyromancer's flame is a flame. Oh, sorry.
All right,
Wait,
so
Fred,
that.
Where are you off to?
Oh, Lord, that is all of Laurentius's dialogue. We're actually going to save quit the game, and we're gonna restart it. And you'll notice he's now gone. And that wasn't the last time we'll see him. But effectively, what we told him was, you know, where we got this great chaos fireball pyromancy. So, what we're going to do now is trek all the way back down to Blighttown. I'm probably not going to. I was thinking about just editing it out, me getting back to Blighttown, but I think I'm not going to. Because I want you to see like how quickly it is and just kind of the route to take for the most part. Even though, you know, you saw us coming from Blighttown in a previous episode, but this way you'll just know that it's not really that big of a deal to get to Blighttown again, or even from the beginning of the game if that's what you want to do. But I also wanted to take this time to just kind of go over a little bit about what's going on here. So, Laurentius, we told him, oh god, that light change. We told him that, you know, hey, we got this pyromancy from, well, we didn't have an actual dialogue, but effectively we told him that we got it. We would think we told him we got it from the Daughter of Chaos, right? Look at that, 478, huh? Oh, good hit. Yeah, that we got from a Daughter of Chaos. And that's true. I'm sure our character did actually tell him that. However, there's a caveat to that. Probably not the same Daughter of Chaos. As we'll see when we get down here, there's something different. There's actually a new NPC. But I also want to talk a little bit about pyromancy in general. Pyromancy throughout Dark Souls, there's a lot of lore on it. I'm definitely not 100% familiar with all the lore, but effectively from what I've gathered, and from what I've listened to others gather, I guess you'd say, pyromancy came about when the Witch of Izalith, who Laurentius referred to as one of the original lords, or one of the great lords, that would go along with Gwen and, you know, Nito, I guess, Seath. But pyromancy came about when the Witch of Izalith attempted to recreate the first flame. Basically, what happened was the Witch of Izalith, because the age of Dark was supposedly coming, they wanted to find a way to prolong. There's an item down there. They wanted to find a way to prolong the Age of Fire, right? They didn't want the Age of Dark to ever come into Lordran or come into existence at all, really. So, in order to do that, besides Gwen linking the first flame, they decided that, or the Witch of Izalith, maybe by herself, just decided to attempt to recreate the first flame. So when she did this, unfortunately for her and I guess her daughters, it did not work out so hot at all, by the way. And it basically scorched everything. It did some bad stuff. and effectively killed her for the most part. It didn't technically kill her, and that will become clear later on in the playthrough. But that being said, it maimed her, and it maimed some of her daughters. And that's why they're known as the Daughters of Chaos. She is the Witch of Izalith, but when she created pyromancy through trying to manipulate the flame, that created pyromancy, and she actually became the Witch of Chaos, I guess you could say. And this is what birthed all these chaos demons as well. So, but one thing to note. This lady.
A mere undead, yet you can see me. Fascinating. I am Quelana of Izalith. I am not often revealed to walkers of flesh. You have a gift. Are you too one who seeks my pyromancy, like Salomon?
Well, of course.
Yes, of course. It should be expected. Very well. You shall be my pupil. But to pursue my pyromancy, you must give something up. Are you prepared to do this?
So, Quelana of Izalith. Yes, so she is actually another one of the Daughters of Chaos. As you can see, she does not look like the one daughter, and she does not look like Quelaag. She's not some nasty spider, so she clearly did not get maimed when her mother tried to recreate the first flame. Another thing to note is that she spoke of Salomon, definitely originating from salamander, I would imagine. She spoke of him being her pupil. So Salomon is often regarded as the the father of pyromancy in the Great Swamp. Laurentius, I can't remember if Laurentius mentioned him or not. God, I love Blighttown. But he was actually her pupil, so she was actually the first person / deity, whatever, to ever manifest pyromancy.
Long ago, I accepted another pupil like yourself. Over 200 years ago, there was a man almost as bungling as you. In your world, he was called Salaman, the master pyromancer. The little rascal really made something of himself.
Yeah, so there you go. She just affirms it there that Salaman was her pupil, the master of pyromancy, even though she's technically the master of pyromancy.
Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating fire. But remember one thing. Always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again.
Notice how she specifically says again, talking about fearing the flame. Her mother clearly did not fear the flame, nor did her sisters, because that is why they are the way they are now.
Pyromancy is the... I would hate...
Alright, so she sells some pyromancies. We will buy these eventually, probably not right now. What we want to do is actually ascend our pyromancy flame. So you can see it goes from 15 to nothing. However, the spell buff on it increases dramatically from 40 to 60. So basically a 50% increase in our spell buff. 25,000 souls. So when she said you'll have to give something up, yeah, it's basically souls. And one thing you'll note too, if you notice our pyromancy flame there, the inner part of it, watch what happens when we ascend it. And you see it got a lot larger now. And we can continue to ascend it here. All the way up to +5. So that is actually now
Pyromancy, but
a maxed out pyromancy flame.
Whatever you do, do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.
Another thing I forgot to mention is, So yeah, so our pyromancy flame is now as high as it can be. It literally cannot get any higher. It's +5 ascended. Another thing to note is, where was she when we were down here earlier? You may be wondering, and you may also be wondering how she said that I don't normally appear to walkers of flesh. So this is a reference to the fact that humans or undead, my feet disappear, cannot normally see her because she's always just chilling here, basically. And we'll learn more about that later, why she's chilling here. But the reason that we can see her is because when we leveled our pyromancy glove up with Laurentius to +15, I believe it's +10, maybe. It might, don't quote me on it. It's either +10 or +15. I think it's +10. When you have a +10 pyromancy glove, you can then see her. So yeah, that is Quaylana for now. And you also notice she definitely doesn't seem as evil as Quelaag or as pathetic and dying as her other unnamed sister. So that's Quaylana. Now, you also may be thinking, well, where did Laurentius go? Well, if you didn't notice earlier when I came down here, there's now a person standing over there, kind of near where our bonfire is. Wonder who that could be. Looks an awful lot like Laurentius, doesn't it? Well, let's go talk to him. Laurentius? Oh, Laurentius! No, we're friends! No, Laurentius! So, let me kill him here and I'll explain a little bit about what's happened to poor Laurentius. He's very easily dispatched of, unfortunately. He doesn't put up much of a fight. And we don't really get anything from him either, because he wasn't a spirit. So, Laurentius, unfortunately, my dude, he came down here to find Quaylana. Our character supposedly told him about Quaylana, even though we had not actually found Quaylana yet. We had a chaos pyromancy, this great chaos fireball, in our possession. Now, we didn't get that from her. We got that from her sister. However, the game still computes that as us finding Quaylana. So, Laurentius came down here to look for it. Unfortunately for him, his pyromancy was not high enough, I guess you could say, to find Quaylana. So even though she's just chilling over there, he actually did not find her and went mad, basically, trying to find her. And that is a common theme in this game, for people to go mad and then for them to sadly go hollow. So yes, that is what happened to Laurentius. He went hollow because he went mad. I hate it. Hate it for him. Hate it for my dude. But it's the way the cookie crumbles. So that is... we'll talk some more with Quaylana later. Laurentius is now dead. That being said, there is a new area that we want to go to. And that is going to be Sin's Fortress. So we are going to progress through the main storyline. We're not going to go further downwards into the chasm. We're going to now go to Sin's Fortress, which, as you can see here, is open. So, and you'll also see that Siegmeyer is no longer with us. So, darn shame, right? Now, this place is filled with traps. There's a lot of traps. There's these awesome, awesome enemies. I love these serpent men. I know a lot of people aren't huge fans of them, but I love the serpent men. he says as he gets ramrodded by serpent men. The serpent guys, to me, they're really cool. They're really interesting enemies. Look at that. Oof. And there's quite a few of them here in Sin's Fortress. So if you recall, Sin's Fortress is supposed to be the proving ground of the gods. It's effectively the area that prescribes whether one is worthy or not to enter Anor Londo and face the gods themselves. I love these statues here, these Silver Knight statues. They're like, come and get it. I forgot to get well, what is it? Unfortunately, there's another gesture that I forgot to get. It's called well, what is it? And it's once you beat the Bell Gargoyles, there's an NPC that gives it to you up there that I just glossed over completely, unfortunately. So, we may go back and get it later, but so this is Sin's Fortress. There's a lot going on here. There are a bunch of Titanite demons down here. There's usually a dude chilling there, but there's not now. We are going to go fight these Titanite demons. One thing I recommend... Oh, excuse me. One thing I recommend with the Titanite demons, when you go down here to fight them, make sure you have the Rust Iron Ring on. It'll help as you are walking along this area. And you can just drop down here. Hopefully we don't die fighting these guys, but... we're doing pretty good damage. These guys are not easy to kill. These are a lot stronger. They have a lot more HP. They hit a lot harder than the Titanite demon that we fought previously at the Undead Parish. There's one of them dead. There's quite a few of them down here, but they all do drop guaranteed demon Titanite, so that's why I like to come down here and fight them. You'll notice these serpent guys up here. These are magic serpent guys. We're not even concerned with them, honestly. Let them do their thing. One thing with these guys, when they jump up and do that jumping attack, just back up. Don't try to tank it. It won't go well. It does a lot of damage and can often break through shield blocking. Is that one dead? Demon Titanite. Awesome item right here. Should be the scythe, yes. Let's check out the scythe, shall we? A halberd with a large blade, scythe adjusted for battle. Designed especially for slicing. However, one false swing leaves one wide open. I love the scythe, actually. We'll probably use that at some point, but... maybe. I don't know. Now we do have some more. Oh, I hate that I missed that. So you can see level 5 ascended pyromancy glove does some work. And now you'll notice, maybe, this demon, this Titanite demon, as he kills me, is actually much stronger than the other two that we fought. So they just get stronger and stronger as time goes on. We probably won't. Well, we may as well fight them. They don't respawn, of course, so I think we can kill them. Floor trap. Come on. Well, there we go. My parry timing is not on today, apparently. They can actually drop their swords. I wish they would. Their swords are super, super rare and super, super fun to use. There's this guy. Where were you last time? If you hit him with an arrow, well, normally he just gets pushed off the ledge there, but I guess not today, he says. Sword? No sword. No sword equals dead to max, so... Ow. Takes a lot of concentration to fight these guys, unfortunately. As you can see, they pack a punch. Oh man, we were one hit away. Alright, I probably won't fight them right now. There's no point really besides getting the Demon Titanite, but it's just wasting time at this point. Like I said, they hit like a tank. I probably won't even worry about those humanities. I'm just gonna press forward. Luckily, we're getting near an area where soul farming is extremely easy, so probably just press forward here. So, like I said, ooh, man serpent, great sword, heck yes. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, where are you, my baby? I love this weapon so much, man. It's so fun to use. It's kind of rare, too. The single-bladed, blood-stained greatsword is the choice weapon of the slithering serpent men of Sin's Fortress. An ordinary human will have great difficulty swinging this heavy beast effectively. 24 strength requirement. Only 10 units, so, I mean... The large club is 12. I mean, so it's actually lighter. But yeah, Sin's Fortress, again, super cool area. The implications behind it are also really interesting. We're actually, because I can't remember. Well, if we're down here, we might as well get the might as well get my humanity back. But I can't remember if we need to climb up this ladder over here to get an item or not. But yeah, one thing to note though, like I said earlier, if you are going to be fighting these guys down here, is you want to make sure you have this rusted iron ring on, because if you don't, basically this is sludge, so you just won't be able to walk well in it. As you can see, you can roll fine, but it's basically just sludge, so that's why you want that rusted iron ring. Pressing forward here through this maze of traps. Long ladder, long fall. Yeah, I'm glad we came back up here. Get that soul item there. And now we get to cross this interesting miasma here. See if this guy gets knocked off like he's supposed to. He actually didn't. There he goes. Goodbye, Fredo. That's what I've named you, Fredo, by the way. See, this area is just so cool. I love these things, man. This guy must have jumped off too. There's another man serpent over there that's shooting stuff at you. There's that one. All these silver knights, one with his head chopped off there. And we're gonna get some little revenge on this guy. Now this dude, I would recommend having a shield up as you run towards him, for that reason right there. Boing. Can't tell you how many times I tried to get to that item from right here. Below us, you can see these guys chilling. Boom. Floor trap. Guarding a conspicuous chest. Some large titanite. Good. We can maybe level up this large club some more. So right here is an interesting room. First of all, very unique enemy right here. So it is a man serpent. But it's a man serpent that's just, you know, just taking a nap. I've always found that very interesting. Excuse me. Alright, well. See you later, pal. We're not even going to kill this guy. He's just having a good old time. You know what? We might kill this guy. Boing. So this is an interesting area here coming up. You may hear that noise. That would be a giant death ball here. So with this guy, you just want to time it right and sputter-int. And you see the ball coming down, you're like, oh no! Just go right there. You can swerve this dude. Just come right up here. The ball may hit him. Yeah, it did. Come into this room and get our ring of steel protection. Awesome ring, by the way. Belong to the Night King Rendell. It grants its wearer physical protection by boosting defense against physical attacks. One of the many legends surrounding the Night King Rendell. One of the more well-known speaks of his standing down a giant drake and slashing it to pieces. Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, it just boosts defense against physical attacks. So jump down here and get the shottle. Interesting weapon, fun weapon. Not a great weapon, fun weapon. Curved sword with a sharply curved blade. Created by Arstor, Earl of Kareem. Requires great skill to wield, but evades shield defense to sneak in damage. So it is a cool weapon because you can actually hit people through shields with it, which is always a cool thing. And looky down here, there's our snake bro. And here's our onion bro.
Oh ho! Ah, where did you come from? Splendid news, I tell you. Ah, so you see my plight. Yes, indeed. I've run up against a wall, or a ball, to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, but who knows? Perhaps we'll have another development.
Oh, Siegmeyer.
Perhaps I could try some rolling. Bah, no chance. My head would spin. Perhaps I could try.
Yeah, so Siegmeyer is awesome comic relief, of course, as always. So, just gonna head right back on up here. And go through the light. And no, it's not a boss fight, don't worry. However, there is a sneaky little trap there that we did actually get to hit that guy for once. I never get this trap to hit this guy. Boing. Cool, cool. Alright, so for this, I like to be able to fast roll here. Wait for the ball to go by and start running. And you won't get hit. Isn't that fascinating? I feel like most of the time people get hit coming up there, but that's all you got to do, and you don't have to worry about it. And so this is actually where the... Don't even try it. Oh, you. This is where this device originates, this very unique device. And as we will discover later, there's even something more unique about this device. But as you can see, there's different pathways you can take here. Something to note, the path forward is this way. So we're not actually going to go there. There's actually a lot of stuff that we need to do going all around here. I'm probably going to save that for the next episode just because it's kind of a good bit of stuff to do. You'll notice this is where it was originally coming out here. It does change, by the way, but yeah, we'll probably save that for the next episode, most likely. And black with their boots, yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode. If you liked the video, as always, make sure to leave a like, comment. And please subscribe to the channel. Helps out a great deal, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.